Hey guys, it's Amirash. Today I'm going to teach you how to play the brand new light tanks. So in this replay, it's not absolutely, it's not a spectacular result, but it shows exactly how to play pretty much every single light tank in the game, up from tier 8 or whatever. So all the new light tanks this applies to. So yeah, what you're going to see is we're on the map Cliff. It's a standard game. Typically on Cliff, what happens is light tanks will try to take the, I guess what's it called? It's like a lighthouse or something like that. You can see up there. Light tanks will all go up there. And it's not a good place. So what I do in my light tanks is I'll go to the middle, especially if they don't have arty. You can see obviously they do have arty. At the time of playing this, I wasn't used to the arty mechanic, but you're going to see I'm just going to stay arty safe the whole time. And we're going to play this rock directly in front of me. Now, what you're going to notice from this rock here, I'm able to shoot all the lights who try to go hill. And you're going to see when lights try to take the hill, they basically kill themselves. So you're going to see 3 of them try to go. 2 of them die pretty much immediately. You're going to see easy shots on the side of them. And once these guys are dead, I'm going to be able to look for shots on the heavy tanks. We're going to be trying to go to the 9-0. So you're going to see we kill 2 of them immediately. There's still a T-49 right here. Realistically, he's not the biggest threat, but we're going to still put shots into him because he's giving us those shots. On our team, it's a similar story. We've tried to go hill. It hasn't worked out. And to be honest, hill's a pretty hard position to play anyway, especially if you're in 90% of the tanks in this game. So we're fighting for the hill. It's not really working out. I'm just going to play this rock. Now, what this rock does is it's extremely, extremely powerful. I'm able to put shots into these guys at will. I can cover the hill. You can see there's an RU-251. I'm safe for him, and I'm also safe from arty. You're going to notice the second I leave this rock, he shoots. I try to put shots into him. Both clickers take a shot at me, and I very quickly figure out how the stun system works. So there's that. Luckily, they only did 35 damage, which is absolutely amazing. Fuck arty, right? But you're going to see it makes it hard to drive and whatnot. But realistically, it's still okay. I think the stun mechanic is absolutely great for this game, especially for medium and light tank players like me. Now, again, we're going back to this rock. I learned my lesson the second I poked out. Luckily, I didn't take much damage for it, but you can see the pattern wants to put shots into me. I'm able to leverage this rock and really just control a key position on this map, even though I'm in a light tank. You can see the RU's coming around behind me. Doesn't take a genius to figure out that he wants to put shots into me, and if you look at my map, there's not really many people who can put a shot into him, so rather than trusting my teammates here, I'm just going to, take matters into my own hands and finish this guy off. Put a shot into him, then I want to get safe from clickers immediately. Obviously, I take a hit there, but it was worth it to kill one of their tanks. That's a decent trade right there. It's not like I threw away all my hit points. Now, if you're in a light tank on this map, you're going to notice a lot of this is just holding positions. I've leveraged my hit points. I've done already more than my hit points in damage, but the majority of this game has been holding that position. Now, they have a leopard in the donut. I sort of that's a rock. I sort of expected the leopard to come up behind me at E4 or whatever, so I didn't want to get shots in the side, and I also wanted to help with that T22. So you're going to see I'm changing my position because I don't want to get farmed by the leopard. So currently what I'm doing is I'm going to be making a pretty shitty play right here. I'm going to push into the 4-2-0-2. Now, this works, and it would normally work, and the reason this works is because this vehicle's so fast. You can see these guys aren't really going to have time to react. What's happening right now is my team is pushing in. So the idea here is to try to create a pincer, but I totally neglect the leopard, and I assume I could have ran away from him, and that just didn't happen. So you can see I'm going after the 4-2-0-2. I'm having a bit trouble driving. Arty shoots at me, of course, and then the leopard hits me, and that suddenly changes my hit points, so I'm in a really difficult position. There's a Jagdpanzer U100. To me, it looks like he was looking at me at the time, so I'm just going to keep moving. I need to try to get safe, because you can see how quickly these tier 9 light tanks lose their hit points, and now a one-shot for the majority of their team. I'm able to use this house. Luckily, I was quick thinking about it. I got into cover, and we're able to use this house. We put a shot into the leopard. Leopard shoots, so I'm going to try to poke on him. But obviously he backs off, so that makes perfect sense. Right now the game is really close. The thing is, a lot of people on this map, they sort of think that the donut is the key. You're going to notice we pushed around the 9 line, and then we're going to be able to take the donut, and then suddenly the 1-2 line becomes really, really shitty. So I guess I wasn't really talking about the map strategy this whole time, but that's the gist of it. If you're playing this map, you need to control the middle. You push around the 9 line, and then it's typically really, really easy to control the donut. and that's what we're gonna do right now. So yeah, like this game is won, even though, well, we're down 2 tanks actually, so I guess you could say it's close. The thing is, they have a lot of one-shots, and they're all in fucking shitty positions. So that VK is obviously gonna die. The 1390 is probably at A2. I'd expect him to die. Like, they aren't in positions where they can really win this game for themselves. So you're gonna see it's really an easy win, even though our score was down a bit. That's how important positioning is, by the way. It makes things way easier when you're in better positions than the enemy. So right there's the Artie. I think the Jagdpanzer 100s, you can see where he is. He's at G4, and I would expect him to be looking my way. It's just one of those things. Even though there's an E4 in front of him, people love to focus on light tanks. So I've gone the safe route. I'm playing it safe. Don't want to take any risks right here. I know there's a 1390 in our base. I really don't care if he gets on cap or anything like that, and I think the low should be able to kill him. So what I've done is I've come over to here. Now, in this case, I mean, this isn't a fantastic replay or anything. I think it demonstrates light tank play really well. You can see I've flanked their 2 TDs, and what I'm doing, even though this tank has really shitty gun depression, I'm using this tilt in the land to give me gun depression. I'm not diving down onto him, because if I dive down, he'll just get behind me and sort of like, he'll be able to scrape me off using this cover right here. So I'm giving myself the gun depression with this position, and I'm able to just put shots into him and increase my damage. Obviously, Artie's going to click me here, big surprise, but luckily I should be able to get the kill. Oh, never mind. Anyways, that's the game. Artie dies, I get stunned, and yeah, I feel like this game was really representative of light tank play because it doesn't show scouting at all. The reality is you can't scout on a lot of the maps, and this sort of shows how they're just really fast mediums, and that makes them really amazing at this game. So yeah, thanks for watching. Let's go look at the end plates, then I'll talk about the strategy used and whatnot. Alrighty, so the key to this map, as you saw, is well, there's 2 keys, I guess. You sort of have to win the 9 line, but you also sort of have to control the middle. See, what happens is if they push through the middle, your 9 line sort of gets fucked unless you have TDs back here. So in this case, what would have happened if we had let them control the middle, they probably would have killed us. But you can see my position right here basically denied them the hill, combined, you know, with my teammates, of course. But this position does a really good job of denying the enemy the middle, and it also does a really good job of denying them the lighthouse here. So what happens on this map typically is sometimes mediums will go to this position, and that's when this position becomes risky. But if you have TDs back here, sort of like we did, this becomes a kill zone for the enemies. So this isn't very important. The important part of the map is the middle, like I said, and the 9 line, because what happens is you just push around the 9 line, kill all the pubbies, you know, who are sort of in this area, and then it becomes really easy to put tanks up here and kill other people 1 line, and the donut really can't do anything from this position except shoot stuff. It can't take map control, and it can't really win games from here because of, you know, the strong positions that allow you to defend from it. So, what I did in this replay is I controlled the middle for my team. I bought enough time so my team was able to push around. Then I tried to push. Obviously, it didn't work out perfectly, so I had to get cover. And we sort of just played it from there. The winning of this game was simply done right here and right here. So my team did a really spectacular job pushing the 9 line, and we also did a really good job of just controlling this area. And that's sort of what lets you win games. The majority, even though they had like more tanks than us at a specific point in time, they were all down here, and so the game is won on this upper section right here. As you could see, like the Ag Tiger couldn't do anything, and realistically none of them could when they gave us the high ground. So in this map, high ground's really beneficial, except the lighthouse, because the lighthouse you pay too much to get that high ground. But in this case, it worked because you're able to do this and this easy win. So yeah. As far as the end plates go, you can see this was the first win of the day. 4k XP with the double, 3300 or 3400 damage, 1071 XP. So 1071 gives you a mastery badge 2nd class. I'd expect like 100 would give you a 1st class, and then 1250 maybe for the mastery. You can see I didn't really fire any gold right here. I did damage to allies, but the thing is, the 54 lightweight is outstanding at killing low tiers. It's perfect for shooting at tier 7s and 8s and 9s. When you get to tier 10, the gold ammo is sort of lackluster still, but the reality is the gold ammo and the APCR have the same, like the gold ammo and the standard have the same effectiveness against tier 10. So if you're shooting at the side of an E100, you know, you're gonna pen the same shots with gold or APCR. So the 54 lightweight's really good. If you have the chance, I really would suggest getting it, because it's one of those tier 9s that you could play 1,000 games in and still enjoy yourself in. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. I'm gonna be doing way more light tank videos because they're super fun to play. I really enjoy them so far, so maybe a couple reviews coming in the future, especially when I get those tier 10 lights. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope to see you around. Later, guys. Bye-bye.